So since this is a demo class, we will take this topic, that is introduction, role, scope, and careers in RA. Okay. So I shall begin, right? Hello. Yeah. So in today's class, we are just going to introduce regulatory affairs, role, scope, and career in RA. Okay. So it will be a very short presentation, kind of a small demo, just to know more about regulatory affairs. Okay. Now, the contents: introduction to RA, that is regulatory affairs, role of RA professional, scope and career. These are the three topics we are going to cover up today. So now, introduction. Regulatory affairs is a link between the pharmaceutical company and a regulatory authority. Okay, it is a department which sits at the site, but it is responsible for forming a link between the regulatory authorities like MHRA, US FDA, or Anvisa, Brazil. There are many authorities to form a link between those regulatory authorities and a pharmaceutical company. This statement is like when we want to register, see, pharmaceutical company is responsible for uh, formulations or producing new dosage forms. Okay, it may be anything: injectable, syrup, tablets, capsules. And in order to sell that particular product into a market, we need something called as marketing license in a particular country where you want to actually sell your product. Okay, in order to do that, we need a permission from the regulatory authority of that particular region. So to do all this, to know the guidelines, what are the different formalities which are required to be fulfilled to get a license in that particular country, you have to uh, go through the regulatory affairs professionals. So we are the ones who are responsible for forming a link to sell a product, pharmaceutical product, into the market. Okay, so this is our first priority. Second thing, regulatory affairs is responsible for registration of drug product. Okay, in order to register a particular drug product into the market, as I explained to you just now, so we are the ones who are going to do it. Responsible for knowing the requirements for obtaining the product approval. To obtain any approval of the product into the market, we are the ones who are responsible. Now, it basically involves in every stage of development, that is new medicine and post-marketing activities of approved medicinal product. Now, this is basically, regulatory has two things. One is the new submission, which we deal with R&D, and the second part is post-approval. That is, we deal with the pharmaceutical company, that is a site, that is maybe QC or QA. All these departments come under post-approval. And new submission is mostly R&D related work. So if we are inventing a new molecule or a new drug product, then we require um, our R&D to be related with this. Okay, a new submission. For example, if we have say paracetamol, which is newly invented, it is a molecule, so it is newly invented. So now if it is newly invented, then we we need to deal with the R&D section of that particular section. And if it is post approval activity, see, basically the idea is there is research and development who are the ones which are responsible for forming a new molecule, and entire information like clinical research, preclinical research, all this data is collected at the R&D level, and a new submission for a new molecule is formulated, and entire data is submitted to authority, and once it is submitted, you get a marketing authorization license. Now once you have an approval for that particular product, then what we have is we need to maintain life cycle of that particular product. This life cycle is maintained through post approval activities. That is, a life cycle maintenance is variations, renewals of that particular marketing authorization. So once we have a license, then if there is any change in that particular molecule, then we file something called as variations. And after that, variations will be like, for example, we have a license for paracetamol in a particular market. What we do is, see, it will be a stable product. Now we want to continue the life cycle of that particular product. So in order to do that, what we do is, say for example, if the thickness is changing, or there is a change in DISO, if there is a change in disintegration, or there is a change in any specification or analytical procedure, then those changes are identified as variations. Okay, and then those variations are filed to authority, saying that to notify the authority that these are the changes which are happening in the life cycle management of that particular product. There is something called as renewal, which also comes under post-marketing activities. Okay, so we have a renewal of 5 years. Once you get a marketing license, after 5 years, you will have to renew your license. So this also involved in the post-marketing activity. So basically, regulatory has two parts. One is a new submission of a dossier for registration of a product, and the second part is all different post-approval submissions maintained for the drug product. So this is another activity. Now these are the different health authorities, that is MHRA for UK, Infam for Portugal, and Visa for Brazil. Then we have FDA, US FDA, then TGA for Australia, Health Canada for Canada, and there are many more. These are just normal health authorities, which are important ones I have listed down. So there are many more regulatory authorities which are involved. So from these authorities, we will have to take the license for our product. Which are the different types of applications? So we first have investigational new drug application, that is IND. Then we have new drug application, that is NDA. Then we have ANDA, that is abbreviated new drug application, and MAA, that is marketing authorization application. Now INDA, NDA, and ANDA are mostly for US market, and MAA is for Europe market. So first three are the initial application for new drug submission, and MAA is for Europe. That is the new drug submission first time in Europe. Okay, so first three ones are involved for are involved in US, and last one, that is MAA, is involved for Europe. So these are the different types of applications. There are some terms which are used for RA, that is dossier. Now dossier, if you in a layman's language, it can be considered as a file which contains the entire data for a particular molecule. Okay. Then we have something called as modules. Now modules are the ones, is the format. Okay, it is like CTD. Okay, we have a file that is a dossier, and we have a CTD format. CTD format is a format in which we submit our submission to the regulatory authority. Any book, if you have, or anything, if you have, you just cannot write the matter and give it to the authority. So you have to put the modules in and put the date in those modules. The requested data is submitted. So we'll see further. Then there are other terms like variations. Variations are basically the changes which takes place after the license is approved. Okay, so those are called as variations. Then we have renewal. Renewals are mostly done after 5 years of approval of your marketing authorization. Softwares which are involved in regulatory affairs are, major one is Viva Vault, which is nowadays people are asking for this Viva Vault software. Then we have ADAM, we have GI, we have Insight for Viewing, and we have RIMS. There are many different types of softwares which are involved for the submission of this particular dossier or ECTD format to the regulatory authority. Now, division of RA is divided into new submission and post-approval activities. Okay. So new submission is basically related to your R&D section, and post-approval activities will be related to your QC, QA at your site, okay, pharmaceutical site. So this is at the R&D level. Why RA is required? Now that is another question. So first thing, now RA is required for the protection and the safety of human health. Now, if RA was not there, what would have happened? Can anyone tell me? If we did not had RA department at all, so what will be the consequences if we do not have RA department? Anyone?
Shall I?
Yeah,
Yeah, madam. Madam,
yeah,
there will be no rules and regulations, and if there is no monitoring, anybody
yes.
will enter into the market, and there will be no quality.
Yes, the first thing, we produce a quality products. Now, if we do not have RA, then there will be falsification of medicine. There will be many things. There won't be any proper guidance, and there won't be safety and protection of human health. That is another thing. So you are very right about it. So RA is first of all required for protection and safety of human health, to produce a good quality of the products, to ensure that the quality, safety and efficacy of the product is proper. Third thing is obtain the regulatory requirements for registration of the drug product in the market, drug development and commercialization. So basically, if RA was not there, there won't be any quality, safety, efficacy of a particular drug product. There won't be protection and safety of a human health. There won't be any registration of, if a pharmaceutical company produces any product, and if they don't know how to sell, where to sell, what is there, what are the regulations, then it is of no use. So RA is responsible for that. And ultimate uh, aim of a particular producing any molecule is drug development and commercialization. Okay, so that is there only. So we, the most important thing is the safety and protection of human health. So for that we require RA. Now, RA is a role of RA in RA professional. Now, RA is not only involved in for a particular, in a particular company, like it is involved in all the departments. Okay, so if I want, if there is a change in a specification, I will contact QC. If there is change in some a quality document, then I will contact QA. If there is change in production, like some formulation, then I'll contact production. So we are dealing with all the departments in a pharmaceutical company. Not only QC related, not only quality related, not only manufacturing side, but also the R&D section as well, which also involves preclinical, clinical trials, all these things. So starting the, when the molecule is produced, at that level also the RA is involved till the end of the life cycle of a particular product. When that particular product is withdrawn from the market, the end of RA role plays a there is an end of RA role for that particular product. So once we withdraw the license, after that we don't have to deal with authority. So it, when we start producing a product, it is a completely new molecule till the end of that particular product, like that is withdrawal of the license from the market, we are involved. So it is not only one department, we are involved with all the departments, right from R&D to QC level. Okay, so this is the role of RA professional. On what issues does DRA department provide assistance? Now there are certain issues on which we will deal with, like you have, first thing is license, then we will get the license to sell a product in the market, we will register, we will develop the product, we will manufacturing, it is involved, it is involved in quality guidance, in pricing also it is involved, in marketing of that particular product, and pharmacovigilance as well. So in all these sections we are involved. So these are the issues where does DRA assist. So we help them to get the license, we help to get the registration, development, in manufacturing also we are involved, in quality guidance also, where when we have to sell a product in a market, for pricing also we are involved, in marketing as well we are involved. Pharmacovigilance we are involved because we also deal with safety variations. There is something called as your labeling, your SPCs, your PILs, which you see in a particular medicine. We have packaging leaflets, we have something called as SPC, we have labeling information. All these things are there on a particular, for a particular product. So there also we are involved. So pharmacovigilance is a department which is involved in all these things which are safety related, and we file the safety variations. So we are also involved in pharmacovigilance. Roles and responsibilities of RA professionals. Now, we keep in touch with international legislations, guidelines, and customer practices. So we should know if I want to sell my product in any region of Europe. So I should know what are the guidelines which should be followed to register my product in that particular region. Okay, so we have to keep ourselves updated with all the guidelines, all the legislation of a particular region where we want to sell our product. Secondly, ensure that a company's product comply with the current regulations. Okay, we also ensure that our company's products, we simply cannot sell a product or register a product in a particular region. Okay, so we should know that the product is complying with all the quality, safety, and efficacy qualities of that particular product. Okay, so we have to check that also. The RA professional's job is to keep the track of ever-changing legislation in all regions in which the company wishes to distribute its products. So this is the same thing. Formulate regulatory strategy for all appropriate regulatory submissions for domestic, international, and contract projects. Okay, different strategies which are involved in RA, like what will be the type of variations, what will be the categorization, how we are going to submit a new dossier. All the strategies should be a particular RA professional should be well versed with. Coordinate, prepare, and review all appropriate documents, for example, dossier, and submit them to the regulatory authorities within specified time frame in conjugation with the organization. Now see, if I want to prepare an ANDA application, that is abbreviated new drug applications, which mostly deals with your generic products. Okay, so I have to be ready for a new submission in before 6 months at least. Okay, so before 6 months we have something called as slots. Okay, it is not directly you register a product into a particular market, you get the license, but we have to tell the authority people that we are going to file this particular application on so and so date. So before 6 months you have to be ready with your dossier, and then you have to submit it to the authority on that particular date only. Okay, so that is how you have to coordinate with the authority people. It is like there is a team of members who are going to decide whether they can grant you permission to sell a product into the market. Maintain approved application and the record of registration fees paid against the submission of DMF and other documents. There is something called as drug master file. You have to maintain the applications and record the registration fees. Okay, that is also important. The fees is very, very important. Respond to queries as they arise and ensure that registration is completed. Okay, so you have to see, it is not like once you submit an application you will directly get approval. They will a committee will be there. That committee will decide whether they will provide you the license or not. They discuss among themselves, they review the data, and if there are some queries in that with which they are not satisfied, then they will send the query to the applicant, that will be pharmaceutical industry, and they will ask why this is this way, we want more information on this. So we are the ones who are responsible to reply them on those particular queries. Okay, now, so far I have just introduced you regarding what are the scope, why RA is required, what is the role of RA, how RA works, which are the different departments of RA. So that was one introduction scope. Okay, so we are mostly involved in registration of a particular product into a particular market, and we are the ones who should be well versed with all guidelines. Okay, so that I can register a product into a particular market. That is the main thing which a RA professional does. Now, what is the growth, future, career, opportunities, success, that we'll see now. Now, the qualification which you require is Master of Pharmacy, Bachelor of Pharmacy, MSc, BSc, can be an RA professional. So these are the minimum qualification you require. Now, designation. Along with your qualification, you should have a good communications. Okay, you should have a scientific background. You should know the management. You should have the skills like analytical skills, negotiation. You should be able to communicate with those people, even if you are your language, your English should be fluent. So because you're not only dealing with the people who are in India, but you are dealing with the people in abroad. So you should be able to understand their accent, how they are speaking, okay, and you should be also fluent in English. So, and you should be flexible with all the you should be flexible working with the people in abroad and along with the flexible timing as well. So these are the additional qualities you require as RA professional. It's not like you are dealing with like QA people who are working only in their own surrounding or any other department. They are working in their own surrounding people. But the RA department is the one which is not only dealing with the people surrounding them, but we are also dealing with people who are sitting outside our country. Okay, and we have to be very, professional with them, and we should be able to understand them. That is important. And next thing is very important is communication. So you should be able to understand them, they should understand you. So that is an important factor to be an RA professional. Okay, it is not only that you're dealing with your people, but you're dealing with the people whom you must have not even seen, okay, which are outside your country. So that is very important quality which you require along with your qualification. Designation you get, some companies provide you a first designation as trainee, as officer, or as an executive, or some companies directly give you an executive post where you can be called as RA Associate 1. These are the different designations. Okay, senior executive can be called as RA Associate 2, assistant manager is called as RA Associate 3, then we have manager, then senior manager, then director. There are many designations as you go further and gain more and more experience. Okay, some companies did first only give you trainee as in, since if you are a fresher, they will give you trainee as a designation. Some companies directly give you executive as a post in RA. Any questions still here? Anybody has a difficulty in understanding what I'm speaking?
No, madam, you are absolutely right. I understand what you have told.
Okay, okay.
Now I have some one or two questions,
Yeah, so
and
for what we'll do is we'll first finish with this topic and then you can ask me questions. Is that
okay,
okay?
thank you.
Okay, okay.
Yeah,
In general salary, please, the numbers, you all don't target on the numbers, because numbers this is just in general, because it depends on the company how much they want to pay you. This is just a number which I have put. So it depends on the company to company how much is their capability to provide you. So this is B Farm and M Farm, accordingly BSc and MSc. Government, now where are the different scope for you where you can apply? First is government jobs for RA professional. Government jobs are available in different health authorities offices like CDSCO, MHRA, USFDA. Your local state also has food and drug inspector. Okay, those positions available as a pharmacist also, as a local state this, okay, authorities, government officials. Okay, so you can get jobs here. You can get a job in MHRA, USFDA as well. In CDSU is our Indian authority. There also you can apply for the job, but you have to answer some exams for that. Then jobs in abroad. Another scope for you is you can gain knowledge, have a good guideline knowledge about different guidelines in different areas, and you can work in different countries with good salary packages. Okay, so you have opportunities in government, in private companies, in different countries as well as in regulatory affairs professional. Okay, now you can ask me your questions if you have.
Okay, madam.
Yeah.
What kind of courses that we need to do, madam?
Courses, you mean? I didn't get you. What are the topics you're asking, or?
Means to become a regulatory affairs
Yeah.
professional, you said
Mm-hmm.
you need to complete regulatory affairs course.
Yeah.
As I know, there are different kinds of course like regulatory affairs and medical devices, and
Mm-hmm.
so many courses are there, madam. Could you please suggest, because I am having 13 years of experience in R&D.
Okay. See, since
So
you have, yeah, yeah, go ahead. I would love to hear it from.
yes, yes, I am having experience in R&D. Now
Yeah.
I want to go into regulatory field, regulatory
Okay. Okay.
profession.
Yes.
So could you please suggest which kind of course is suitable? Now I am in UK.
Okay.
So for that, which course will you suggest?
Okay.
What are the scope for the
Now,
jobs?
yeah, just tell me if you have R&D experience. Now, is it for new drugs or for devices?
Yeah,
It
drugs,
is
madam,
for
drugs.
drugs, no? Okay.
Yes, yes.
Now, since it is for a drug, you have a better chance to go into new submission. That is, right from clinical trials, a new particular molecule is when it is invented. So, or ANDA applications, filing. So you
Okay.
are mostly not into the post-approval part. You can have a better
Yeah.
opportunity in a new submission department of regulatory affairs.
Okay.
Okay. New submission
Mm.
means we have to submit the entire information to the regulatory authority, right from
Okay.
clinical trials, preclinical trials, and new submission level. Now, how to explain you? Like if I like Covaxin, okay, COVID,
Okay.
the Covaxin was invented newly, right?
Okay.
So
Okay.
the entire data was studied at the R&D level. So
Yes.
if I want to sell my vaccine into a particular market, I will have to
Okay.
prepare entire data for it. So that work you can do. Okay. The second
Okay.
section is
Mm.
post-approval activities, where
Okay.
when the change is taken, when your product is well established. Okay.
Okay.
So if your product is well established, then
Mm.
post-approval changes occur like variations, renewals. But you're
Okay.
more focused onto R&D level, so you have better opportunity into new submission. So you can try for new submission into regulatory affairs. Once you complete this course, you can go
Okay.
for new submission. Okay,
Okay.
rather than
Can't I?
post.
Okay. Can't I do that medical devices also, madam?
Yeah, you
How it
can
would
do
be?
medical devices, but this course is related to drug regulatory affairs.
Okay.
Okay. That
So,
also you can, that is a good opportunity in the devices as well.
okay. Most of the courses are providing combinedly. For example, drug
Mhm.
regulatory affairs with medical devices.
Mhm. But this
So,
is only drug regulatory devices, and if you have experience in R&D, which is drug
mm,
related only, I would better
okay.
suggest you to go for drug regulatory affairs
O-
instead
Only
of device.
regulatory affairs.
Yeah,
Okay.
because you have experience in R&D, right? Even I have my
Yes,
colleagues
yes.
who have 10 plus years experience in R&D. They have shifted to drug regulatory affairs, and they are doing very
Okay.
well. Okay,
Okay.
so
But
that, based on that, I'm telling you that it would be.
yeah, okay. Why? Because, madam, I am
Yeah.
asking you.
Mhm.
University of Nicosia is offering drug regulatory affairs with along with medical devices.
Okay.
Means fee is also reducing. Like
Okay.
for example, for each of the course,
Mm-hmm.
drug regulatory affairs around 5 lakhs and medical
Mm-hmm.
devices 5 lakhs, total 10 lakhs.
Okay.
Somehow they are reducing the fees by combining both the courses up
Mm.
to 7 lakhs to 8 lakhs. That's why
Okay. Okay.
it will be
So
advantage. It will be
yeah, it
an
will be
advantage.
advantageous
It
for
seems to.
you, but this course is mostly related to regulatory.
Ah,
Okay. So
okay.
that depends on you how you take it.
Okay,
So
that will not be a disadvantage, no, madam. It will be advantageous, no? After completing both the
see,
courses.
you have to decide where you have to do
Okay,
your career into. So since you have
okay, okay.
something information which is related to drugs, I would
Mm,
suggest to continue with the drugs because you have more
okay,
information related to that. Now, about
okay,
devices, it is completely different. If you were
Okay.
working in a company where medical devices were there. Like there are different companies
Okay.
which are dealing with devices, right? So it
Okay.
is R&D at that level is completely different. So it will be difficult for you to understand, like, um,
Mm-hmm.
what is happening at the R&D level of those devices. For drugs, it is different, and for devices, it is different. So
Okay.
if you have your history as into drugs, so it would be an
Mm.
opportunity for you to learn more about drugs.
Okay.
So if you,
Okay, madam.
that
Thank
ultimately
you. Mm-hmm.
depends on you. Okay, so if
Okay.
to
Okay.
capture that thing, since you are from R&D, it is not so
Mm.
easy to directly capture the things into regulatory. But you have an advantage that you have the information about R&D level, what is happening at the R&D level, that will help
Mm.
you work into regulatory affairs. Regulatory affairs is basically involving what, you are,
Mm.
uh, say a particular product is there,
Okay.
entire data of that product starting till end, whatever
Okay.
information, little bit information, analytical procedure, its
Mm.
specification, its formulation,
Okay.
everything is there in your dossier. It has
Okay.
some particular kind of format. That format is called as CTD, Common Technical
Okay.
Document Format.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Now,
Mm.
nowadays, we do not have a paperwork for regulatory affairs.
Okay.
We have
Mm.
something called as eCTD. We have
Yes.
software. Now, in those
Yes.
softwares, we feed the entire information.
Okay.
Okay, so we don't have any tedious work to do. So we just have to, since you have a technical knowledge of R&D with you, it will be very easy
Okay.
for you to just grab that data and put it in CTD format. So
Yes.
only thing you should know what you have to put under which section.
Okay.
Okay, and then
Yeah.
once you know that, you will put all the information in your CTD, eCTD format, and that
Yeah.
particular package will be through the portal, it will be submitted to the authority. You don't have to
Okay.
do any paperwork, it is all done through the software.
Yeah.
Okay, and then it is gone
Okay.
to the authority, then the authority will assess it, they will ask you queries, why is this way, then you are in the capacity, you have the capacity to answer, since you have a technical knowledge of R&D, you will be able
Okay.
to tell, yeah, this is there because of this has been added or this has been removed. So
Okay.
that is why you require your background knowledge. Okay, so you
Okay.
should be able to answer whatever you're putting into CTD format. You should be able to answer why you have added that particular section, this particular information in that particular CTD section.
Okay.
Okay, so that is the reason
Yeah.
why your technical knowledge is required. Now, if you
Okay.
speak about medical devices, you do not
Okay.
have background information about devices.
Okay.
But when you will actually try to put it into CTD format, it will be little bit
Mm-hmm.
difficult for you. So
Okay.
what it is little bit different from your drug regulatory, rather than
Okay.
devices is bit
Yeah.
different because of that only, and it is because of that they have different companies, like devices companies different and drug companies are different because they are
Yeah. Devices
completely
means
different things. Yeah, all these
devices means
devices
they
required.
means I need to have some knowledge on
Yeah,
uh,
that's what I'm talking about.
different manufacturing
Yeah,
devices.
how it is formulated, what are the
Mm.
small things which are involved that we are not aware, no, when we are dealing with
Okay.
drugs, we know how the formulation
Mm.
is done, what are the quantities, how we add, what we do, everything we know
Okay.
about the
Mm.
drugs. But for
Okay.
devices, it will be completely new mechanism where you don't know
Okay.
what you are going to do.
Mm.
So that
Okay.
this would be advantageous for you if you continue your career. See, in RA, it is not like RA professional is expertise in a particular. He will be expert only in one particular field, but that field you have
Okay.
to choose for by yourself.
Okay.
Okay, it is not depending on other person. Okay, if I'm doing, I'm a RA professional, I will be expertise in everything. It is not like that. You choose
Okay.
your path where you want to expertise, and you have to
Okay.
step in and just grow in that. Okay, you
Okay.
will not have knowledge of all the things. You will be
Okay.
expertise in your department only. If you are keen
Okay.
to know, you can, later get the knowledge about different authorities or different regions. But if you are
Mm.
dealing with, say, you are doing drug regulatory in Europe market, you should know loop and holes of entire Europe guideline. If you're
Okay.
dealing with US, you should know everything of US. So you
Okay.
RA professional is the one you are dealing with what you have to do. Like if I am expertise in Europe, I will expertise in Europe market only. If I have expertise in US market, I will expertise in US market. So
Okay.
if you ask any RA professional, he will know about his field. Okay, if I'm in
Okay.
Europe, I know. But if I ask him about US, he will have some information about US, but loop and holes of those US actual filings, he won't know it.
Mm.
Okay, so
Okay.
that is how you have to grow in RA. It is like for if you are in QA or any other department, you should know everything about other departments also, right?
Okay.
You should know you should have some knowledge about production. You should have some knowledge about QC
Yes.
if you're
Yes.
in QA. But here it is not like you have to choose your path where you want to do, what you want to do, and you have to target it. And you have to be
Okay.
expertise in that. Okay, that is
Okay.
how regulatory works. It is not like you should have information about all the departments and do it. But you have to be professional in that. Yeah, if this is my strategy, I want to register this particular product in this particular market, this is my strategy, I'm going to follow it. You should know how you're going to apply your strategies in regulatory.
Okay.
That
Yeah.
is how regulatory works. We do not have any SOPs. We do not have anything to support. Like other department, they have SOPs where you have to read the SOP and do the things. But here we do not have like that. Anything like that.
Okay.
We just have to use our brains and use those strategies with our experience, with knowledge which we have to gain through the guidelines, and that is how we have to work in RA. Okay.
Okay. Okay, madam. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. Welcome. Anything else? Anybody? Payal, there was seven you said, no? Seven candidates, but I could see only one. They left or something? Hello, Payal? Payal, are you there? You're not replying. Payal,
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
yeah, there were more candidates, right?
Yes, ma'am.
But they are not that they left or
Okay, ma'am. If your demo has finished, so we can left it.
yeah, but he's Anand is only one candidate I'm asking.
Yeah. Yeah, ma'am. We will send the recorded
Okay,
video to
okay,
them.
okay. Recorded video will be sent. Okay, fine,
Yes,
fine.
ma'am.
Okay, no
Yes,
problem.
ma'am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you so
Yes,
much.
ma'am. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am. Yeah.
Yeah, just let me know about tomorrow's plan or something, okay?
Yeah, ma'am.
Just message me.
Yeah, ma'am. आप बता भी दीजिए सभी को that from 7 January classes to be start.
7th is tomorrow is 6th, right? Tomorrow is Saturday.
Yeah. Yeah,
Uh,
ma'am.
tomorrow will start, right? If the class is starting 6th and 7th. Friday,
Yeah,
Saturday.
ma'am.
Okay, we'll discuss
Ma'am.
offline about it.
Yeah, yeah, ma'am. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Yeah,
Okay.
Madam, one more
Thank.
question, if you don't mind.
yeah.
Is the certificate course enough to enter into the regulatory field, madam? Or do I need to do masters?
Master, that you'll have to speak to Payal because I'm there to train you all, but your recruitment, or everything else is deal by Payal. But yeah, I think
Okay.
basic thing which is required for regulatory affairs is completed in this course.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Anything else? Okay then. I'll log off. Payal, let me know about tomorrow's plan if we have any class. Okay,
Yeah,
just
ma'am. Yeah, yeah, sure, ma'am. I will inform you.
Just let me know in advance because my mobile is always there with my kid, and then I
Oh,
don't
yeah,
know.
yeah, yeah, ma'am.
Yeah, but
I
in the
will directly
morning,
contact you.
yeah. In the morning, just give me a call if we have a class tomorrow. So if you are starting tomorrow or day after tomorrow.
Okay, ma'am. Okay.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you,
Thank
ma'am.
you. Yeah. Thanks a lot. Bye bye.
Yeah.